Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you what's on my iPhone and how I edit my Instagram photos, and I cannot tell you how many requests there have been for this video. It's got to be hundreds, so I'm so excited to show you. So first things first, I have the iPhone 6s Plus in rose gold, and honestly this is like my favourite thing ever. The 6s Plus is amazing, it's not too big. I know it does kind of look a bit big like when you're on the phone, but honestly you get so used to it, and now I look at the normal 6s and to me they just look so small and I'm like, I could never use that, it's way too small. And obviously it's pink, which is just like the best thing ever because I haven't had a pink phone since I was about 13 when I had that Motorola Razr, I think, the flip one. So this is the only time since then that I've had a pink phone and it's just the best thing ever. So that's my phone, I love it. Now I'll show you what's on it. Also, if you would like to skip this part and skip straight to the bit where I show you how I edit my Instagram photos, I will insert down below the time to skip to. So here's my phone. My background is currently the back of me on holiday in Mexico. So I've just got all my standard apps here on the front page, which isn't very interesting, but here is where all my apps are. So I've got FaceTime, Snapchat, which I use all the time, by the way. You guys can add me at Freddy My Love with 2 E's. Instagram, which of course I'm going to be showing you in detail later. WhatsApp, the Google app, which I love. I much prefer using the Google app to search the internet and use websites and search things than Safari. It's just a lot cleaner and I just much prefer it. I would really recommend downloading that. I've got my Nationwide app for my mobile banking. Twitter, of course, my favourite. You can also follow me on there at Freddy My Love with 2 E's if you want. Facebook, YouTube of course, Gmail, Facebook Messenger, Spotify, and yes, I pay for premium because it's just so much better. Uber, I need to start using this less. Blog Loving, which is a great app where you can follow all your favourite blogs in one place, which is really useful. So I've got Becca Rose, Dolly Bobo, Tanya Burr, and here's me and my blog, which is Freddy My Love. Then I've got this app called List, and this is an app where you basically follow your favourite stores, your favourite brands, and they post when they have things new in, and you can just scroll through, see what's new, and then list it, which is basically like a wish list, I think. I haven't really got to grips with it, but it seemed quite cool, so I downloaded it. Pinterest, which I absolutely love. I'm obsessed with Pinterest. It's a great app if you're a scroller, so like a bedtime scroller or a train and bus scroller. You should download this and you can follow all the things you're interested in, so like makeup and clothes. You can follow brands, you can follow people like me. Here's my page, so I just like find things that I love online. So I've got all these different categories. Again, my Pinterest is Freddy My Love with 2 E's, so I've just got random, style inspiration, these are pictures from my blog, my clothing wish list, home inspiration, all stuff like that. It's just a really nice app. I would really recommend you download it if you don't have it already. Then I've got this app called IF or IF, and I don't really get this app. It means when I post a photo to Instagram, it automatically posts it on my Twitter with the same caption and a link. Then I have a couple of reward style apps, which I don't really know what they do, to be honest. And Vine, and I don't really use Vine. I do have an account and I do want to start using it, but I don't really know like what to do, and I always like have ideas, but then I don't know if I'm like brave enough to do them. So you might have noticed in the top corner I have a album called Photography, and this is basically all of my tools that I use for photos on Instagram. So we will come back to these, but I'll briefly run you through them because I don't actually use all of them. I have this app called Afterlight, which is basically a photo editing app that I don't actually use, but I would recommend. I think you do have to pay for it, but it's not actually very much because there's literally like 100 filters on there, which is the main reason why I don't use it, because there are too many filters to choose from, and if I try and start editing my photos on there, it would just take me so long, so I tend to not really go on that anymore. And then I have Square Ready, which I'll come back to because I use that every time I post an Instagram photo. Facetune, which is a bit of a naughty app that I think most people know about. It's basically a mobile airbrushing app, so if you have some dodgy skin, some spots that you want to smooth out on your face before you post the photo, this is what this app is for. I'm not lying to you when I say that I actually don't use it for that, because I just have a thing about it. Like, I can always tell when somebody has face tuned their photos and airbrushed airbrush their skin. I just find it really obvious and I find it really cringe. So I would only do that in extreme cases. I don't know, I can always tell, so I try and avoid it. But what I do use it for is the whitening tool. If you guys do follow me on Instagram, you'll know that my theme is very pink and all of my photos have like a pink tinge, and sometimes to get that effect, which you'll see later, I double filter my photos. So sometimes, honestly, like the whites of my eyes, my teeth have like a pink tinge. Sometimes I just want to get rid of that using the whitening tool, and then I also use the whitening tool to whiten up flat lays. You know, when a blogger posts like their favourite products on a white background, sometimes when you're using filters it can give the white background a bit of a tint, so that's mainly what I use Facetune for. Then I have Live Collage, which is just a collaging app. To be honest, again, I don't actually use this. So then I've got this app called Boomerang, which I've never actually used, but it's basically an app that you can use with Instagram to create like moving photos. Then I have Square Ready Video, which you can use to put white borders around videos for Instagram. Finally, I've got the Play Memories app, which is an app for my Sony camera, and it's really good because it's basically a wireless app. So when I take a photo on my camera, I can wirelessly transfer it onto my phone using this app, so that's really cool. I have the little extras folder with just the usuals, and I've just popped my Amazon music app in there. Then I just have my travel folder, which is just some travel apps, so Transit UK, which basically tells you when the next tubes are going to be coming. That's the same with Tube Deluxe. It shows you like the status of the lines, if there's any delays, and the tube map, so I can just quickly look on my phone. The National Rail app, basically again to check train times, which is really useful. Also City Mapper, which is an amazing app, and you have to download it if you are even just going to a city to visit. It's much better than Google Maps or the iPhone's maps. Oh, mine's set to New York because that's the last place I use it, so here's Manhattan. It's just a lot more detailed than any other app I've used for maps before. Oh, and then I've got the Sky Sports app in this folder because that's my boyfriend's app, and I don't really know why I have it, but he says that I can't delete it, so I just chucked it away in that folder because I don't want to look at it. Then I've got my games folder, and these are the games that I play. I've got Heads Up. Then I've got 2048, which is the most addictive game ever. It's probably the game that I'm most addicted to. Then I've got Triple Town, which is the same concept as 2048. So if you're a 2048 fan looking for another one, you should get Triple Town. It is like a different setup, but it's a lot harder, and sometimes I get a bit frustrated with it because when it doesn't go my way, it just annoys me. Then obviously I've got Candy Crush because I was hooked. I was very, very hooked to Candy Crush. But I've reached a level that's just impossible to get past. Let's see. So I got to level 169 and I'm stuck. So I've kind of given up on Candy Crush. Then I've got Quiz Up, which is such a fun game because you can play quizzes against other people all around the world, including your friends, and there's like literally a million topics. There's so many categories. It's like Gossip Girl, Disney, and then I've saved my best till last, my current favourite game, which is Blossom Blast. It's by the same makers as Candy Crush, King, so you know it's going to be good and addictive, but it's all flowers, and you have to like connect the flowers to bloom them. So look, you just have to join up the flowers to make them bloom. And it's just so addictive and so lovely, so I love that. Yeah, so that's all my games. Then I've just got the Capital Radio app, just a radio app. My EE to check my data because I'm always running out. The Driving Theory Test app, which I'm yet to do. I really need to get that done. The Daily Mail app, which I only resort to in worst case scenarios. And then finally I've got the Taste Card app, which is basically if you eat out at a lot of restaurants, you can pay, I think it's like £30 a year, and you get loads of discounts. So now I'll get to the part that I think you really want to watch, which is how I edit my Instagram photos. I get hundreds of comments on my pictures, on my videos, asking me to show you how I do my Instagram and do my theme. So I'll just go over to Instagram now. And here is my page, so if you'd like to follow me, it's at Freddy Cousin Brown. So here's my Instagram. As you can see, it's very themed. I've got white borders around everything. Everything is very light and bright and has a kind of pinkish tone. It had a little bit of a Christmas makeover here. So I will go to my photos, and these are just some pictures of a flat lay that I took of some products earlier on to show you. And the first thing that I always do is up the brightness. So I'll do that now, and I probably will take it as high as I can without washing it out. So I think that looks pretty good. Also, I'm not really liking all these shadows, so I'm just going to get rid of those by going on the shadows section and lightening up those shadows. As you can see, that's really made a difference in just lightening it up. I'm also going to sharpen it just to define it a bit more. Then I'll just go through the filters, and there are 3 filters that I mainly stick to. Everyone always asks me which filter I use, and it's a mix. I really like rays. I use rays quite a lot. If you double click on them, you can change the intensity, and I usually bring rays down to about a 40 or a 50, and I really like rays because I love the kind of light faded vintage look that it gives. I also use Aiden a lot, and just tone this down a bit also, and this is the filter that kind of gives my photos the pinkish tint. And then one of my other favourites is Valencia, also toned down. It just gives a photo a really warm, sunny look. But in this case, I'm probably going to go back to Aiden because I really thought that looked lovely. Even toned up, it looks really nice, but I'm just going to tone it down a little bit. That's the first step. I'm then going to go to next, and I'm going to post this, but I don't want it to post because I'm not done yet, but I just want it to save into my camera roll so I can carry on editing it. So the best way to do this is actually to pop your phone on aeroplane mode and press post. Now what will then happen is it will say failed, so that's fine, we just want to get rid of that. And then hopefully it will have saved into our camera roll so we can carry on editing it. So I'm probably going to go back and sharpen it up even more because I just love the photos to look really nice quality and sharp. And then I'm probably even going to take a bit more brightness up, just a tad. And then I'm going to go through filters again and just see if I want to double filter. And double filtering is really useful because sometimes like Aiden and rays look so much better than just Aiden or rays by themselves. It just creates a completely different filter. So I'm just going to go and see if there's any that I like. And I kind of like the way 2 lots of Aiden looks on this photo. Yeah, I'm really happy with how that photo looks now. So I'm just going to go back and do the exact same thing with putting it on airplane mode and posting it. And now for my final step, which is my white border, which is probably the thing that I get the most comments on, and it is the Square Ready app. So I'm going to open that up, and it's so easy. It's a free app as well, I think. And out of the little symbols on the bottom, you want to use the one which is a square inside a square with no arrows, and it gives you all different options of the size of the border that you want. But I'm going to stick with my theme for the moment for this one and go for the middle border. Then I just press tick, and then I save it to my albums. It's going to make me do a little advert. Oh wow. Ooh, this is a Mean Girls game. Oh my god. Wow. So I can then exit this app and go back to Instagram, and hopefully my photo with the white border should be there. And then I will just post it. And there you go. There it is in my Instagram feed. So that is all there is to it. It's just a bit of perseverance and an eye for exactly how you want your photos to look. The way that I keep my theme the same is to try and use the same filters so it all blends nicely together. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video and you finally know how I edit my Instagram photos, so you can stop asking me. If you like my video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up for me, and if you are new to my channel, please do subscribe by clicking on the red button just underneath me that says subscribe. I don't know if you've been noticing it in the description box, but I have said that I'll be doing a room tour once I reach 300,000 subscribers. So if you want me to do a room tour, make sure you share my channel with all of your friends. I hope you're all having a lovely week, and I will see you next Monday in my video. Bye!